welcome back to another episode of Usapang Musiko Season 2. We're at our 31st episode for Season 2. And yeah, really happy that I'm able to bring this show to you guys, this podcast to you guys. And I hope you really enjoy all the content that I'm putting out. And if you want more, just comment down below. Okay, so on this episode, I want to focus on having many mentors. Okay, so I think it's important that we understand that when we're learning something, we can't just stick to one. I think that's an important aspect in learning. No, we can get a lot more learned quicker if we understand how learning actually works. No, so for mentors, is it okay to have many? And I will explain if it's okay or not based on my personal experience. Of course, I've been playing my instrument for over almost 20 years for that matter. And then, of course, we've had a lot of mentors change. I think based on my learnings, I had like five or six main mentors. And they helped me shape my music, the way I play, the way I understand the craft in itself, no. But of course, we should not be limited to these mentors on how well they taught us, no. Just because uh, it's like you can't really just rely on one. That's the main thing. Why? Okay. First things first is that your mentors also have their own strengths and weaknesses. We can't say that one is a perfect teacher for everything that we need to know. No, they also have expertise, specializations that they are better at this type of music, for example, or on this field of technique, but they lack something in another as well. No, so as a musician, if you want to be a totally well-rounded, well-equipped, and well-informed musician, you can't just stick to one person. Of course, it's okay to have this sort of main mentor. Of course, during my college times, I had my professor. He was really my main mentor, but I've been learning a lot of things from other people as well, no? Directly or indirectly, that may be. So it will really depend on you on how you apply those things that you learn, no? Because of course, if you have many mentors as well, there are many biases that they will go on to, no? They might be also limiting you if you have a lot of mentors, but understanding how they stand on one topic or another and then understanding the other gives you best of both worlds, no? Instead of having to just choose one, you can benefit from both if you have at least two or three people that you can consider that is mentoring you in whatever your instrument you're playing, no? For example, if you're playing baroque, there's a lot of things that is very very controversial for some people, like for example the use of vibrato for baroque. you know the purists would say that it's not good, but some of those more modern people will say that we already have the technique. Why not use it in a sense that it would benefit your playing? So both sides, you would know, understand both sides, and you don't have to side with on anything. That's the thing. No? Just do what you think is best for you because you're the one playing. But of course, you need to follow your mentors as well, their advice. Now, um, but if you are a beginner, here's the thing. I do not want to say that you should have at least three agad when you're just starting out. Why? Because you have to first have this own style of yours. First develop a certain technique, the basics, the foundations. They might look different, but it's all the same, so sticking with one at first, and then when you get the hang of it, when you're looking to explore other types of music, for example, if you want to play pop, if you want to play jazz, or if you want to just pursue pure classical music, that's the time where you try to find other people and get their opinions as well. Because of course, the opinion of one can't be the opinion of everyone. No, even though we live in the same place, we have worked in the same industry, there will always be different opinions. It's not a matter of right or wrong, it's a matter of preference and choice. And if you understand the world better that way, you have two sides of a story, sometimes even three. It becomes easier for you to digest these things, becomes easier for you to understand why these things happen, no? Because if you just stick with one idea with many different outcomes, you won't be well rounded. You won't be expecting this other things that might happen. No, for example, nga, let's use an example on the violin. No, about bowing techniques. Yan. Because there's a lot of bowing techniques, but predominantly, I think the most popular ones are Russian styles and Franco-Belgian styles here in the Philippines. I'm talking here in our country. So there's a lot of talk about those different techniques. No, not a lot of people would agree that one is better than the other. But if you have mentors who are experts in one, for example, one Russian bow hold expert and then another in Franco Belgian, you can try to understand what's the strength of one technique and the weakness of the other, and then try to make your own, no? Sort of keep them into your inside your pocket, or keep them in your knowledge so that you understand when to use which bow hold, no? And that's how you develop your own. You develop your own techniques. You get the best of both worlds, no? There's of course some compromises because they are using different muscle groups, or for example they're using different motions, but you can compromise on your own and create something that is yours. And that's the thing. If you just follow one lineage or one technique all your life, you're missing out on a lot more things, no? Because everything has drawbacks, has trade-offs. And if you understand that in finding mentors, of course, it's going to be easier for you. But the thing is, it takes a lot of courage and pride. I mean, you have to let go of your pride and ego if you want to really learn the ropes around the world, no? Whatever field you are in, you just have to accept that what you might know or what you might treat that is the only thing that is correct might not be for everyone else. And by understanding this, you open up your mind to other possibilities for you to learn more than what you are learning right now. And that's more important because the thing is about music is that you don't need to master everything. You just need to be able to understand what's happening, what's going on, and then use that to your advantage. No? If you understand what's going on in your playing and you meet other people that understands it in a different way, and then you communicate with each other, try to compromise, find a way that why is he doing this that way while I'm doing it that way, this way. And then try to find out and then try it out. That's the important thing. So yeah, it's not just about okay, my teacher knows this and he's an expert in this, and the other people saying oh, it's not the same. No, try to find out what are they talking about. What's Try to understand where are they coming from, and then maybe just by trying, no, because you're not closing off any doors, any ideas that come into your way, maybe you can use those things as well and try to blend them in, no? So basically what I'm trying to say is that you stick with one technique but you don't go all in on it. It's like this is your base technique, for example, base school of thought, and then try to find other great things from other schools of thought and try if you can incorporate it in your own. And initially you're making your own technique, diba? And you can only do that if you have people who are open-minded as well as you. No, I had these problems when I was in school. Eh. Like they always tell me that some of my techniques are different. But the thing is, I learned these techniques from my teacher. And I don't believe that it's wrong because it's effective for me. But some people would say that it's wrong, no? And the thing is, I try to find out, sir, what's wrong? Is it not supposed to be like this? But the answers they give me are like, I don't know. So they don't know if it's wrong or right. Basta alam nila, they just know that it's not the way they do it. But it's effective for me. So why bother? So it's always going to be dependent on something that you're doing. And if you are secured for one and then try to learn other things as well, it's gonna be uh your potential in learning a lot of things will go higher. No? Just be open, and if someone criticizes you, try to find out why they're criticizing you. And then try to work to make it more understandable for them and the way you understand it as well. No. Yeah. So yeah, if you can stick with one and try to find other people's opinions, no? Try to be taught by other people as well. No, it doesn't need to be a lifelong mentorship. Eh. Maybe get lessons from go to a master class with someone. No? Maybe have 5 6 lessons with another teacher just to find out. Oh, if the technique that they're using might be effective for you, no? Because sometimes we feel that we betray our teachers if we get lessons from other teachers as well, no, other mentors as well. But I think that type of thinking is the thinking of the past. No? We have to go past it because there's a lot of information coming out, and not a single person can tell you what's right or what's not, because other people are studying different parts of what you already know. And if you just close your mind with on that type of thinking, you'll lose a lot. You won't gain a lot. If you just keep your head closed off, your eyes shut, and just look at one mentor and just focus on them for the rest of your life, you might miss out on something other people is talking about. No, I have mentors that are old. I have mentors that are almost as young as me, almost my age, and I've learned from them. And I think the same thing. I've learned more, not really more, but I learned at least the same amount of experience and knowledge. It doesn't mean that they're older, they're always wiser. Because sometimes the old ways are not effective anymore. No, there's more discoveries that are coming out. The craft is 400, 500 years old by now. We may have lost some things in translation that we are rediscovering right now, or we are discovering new ways of doing things. So it's not traditional versus new age. No, you should get the best of both worlds when you're studying something. And if you understand how to do that, you'll have a lot of knowledge, no? And then applying the skills that you already know to gain that knowledge and use it to your will. Use it to become a better version of yourself. And that is generally the point of why you should never stop learning, or you should be always open to learning a lot more things than you already know. Because if you do, you'll get a lot more done. No? Of course, everyone learns in a different pace. Everyone understands things differently, but being open to what other people will say, but don't let it affect your emotions, of course, because sometimes people might be too direct, with their criticisms on you, with the way they teach you, but take everything sort of analytically. No, don't take it personally. Take everything that you learn. Of course, you will always learn something from another person. That's the biggest takeaway in having a lot of mentors. You will always learn more about something from other people. You might not agree with the way they teach you, but if you get to understand the ideas that they're trying to convey to you, it's a superpower. And yeah, I guess I will end this episode here. Thank you for tuning in to Usapang Musiko. I know it's a bit late. The episode started a little bit late today. And yeah, if you have more questions, just comment down below. More topics you want me to discuss. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, my album is up, entitled Through My Glasses. You can check it out on all your major music streaming platforms. And of course, the podcast is available on 7 platforms, if I'm not mistaken. Powered by Anchor Podcasts. And this has been Ryan Monakil. Thank you for tuning in to Usapang Musiko Season 2. I hope you guys are all safe. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.